What is the pintele yid?
You can talk and 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 never get to the pintele yid. So I guess I'll say something that you wouldn't normally say, that you would not expect people to say. The pintele yid means that a Jew is the manifestation of God in this world, period. That's what it means. Hashem created a world. The world comes from Him, but the world is defined by itself. The pintele yid means that a Jew is not defined by himself. The Jew is defined by the fact that he is God. Now, don't get excited and get nervous about idol worship and narishkeiten. It means that ultimately a Jew represents not his will, but the will of Hashem. But a Jew is a package with many layers, many wrappings. And the outer layers of the Jew, all of the outer layers of the Jew, externally, superficially, don't represent God. They represent the person himself. And on a certain level, there's absolutely no way of distinguishing a Jew from a non-Jew. But the pintele yid is the deepest point within the neshama of a yid. And the pintele yid says that a Jew is not representing himself, a Jew is representing God. And ultimately, the pintele yid wins out. The pintele yid, even though deeply covered by so many layers, is completely impossible to kill and to bury. And it emerges, it comes out. Eventually it's revealed how a Jew is not just a creation that's serving Hashem, but is the representative of the Creator within the world. The way it shows itself in the life of a Jew is that a Jew who could be totally immersed in Tumah can suddenly do a radical case of tshuva, and all kinds of Jews, even very remote Jews, could be Mesa Nefesh HaKiddush Hashem without any premeditation, without any preparation. A Jew who could live his life in a very secular way, if that pintele emerges, he suddenly becomes a radical and a fanatic, because when the God within the Jew reveals himself, the Jew becomes an expression of God, and the will of God becomes his own will. It's a very, very succinct, very concise definition of pintele yid. To develop this just a little bit further, we have the classic expression, which ultimately goes back to the Alter Rebbe, but it's brought in the Yom Yom. A Yid nicht der will, nicht der kann werden abgerissen von Göttlichkeit. A Jew neither wishes to nor is capable of becoming torn away from godliness. That idea that it's impossible, it's impossible for a Jew to become cut off from godliness because he and godliness are one and the same, is the pintele yid. And I want to finish that in the Maim of V'yata Tetzaveh we have a new pintele yid. The traditional pintele yid emerges in times of Mesiras Nefesh, in times of extreme distance from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, where because he's so far from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you talk about Shefer Gadol and he does tshuva. In the V'yata Tetzaveh, the Rebbe introduced us to a new pintele yid. The new pintele yid is that when you're connected to the Nasi Ador, to Moshe Rabbeinu, V'yikhu Elecha. So because you're connected to Moshe Rabbeinu, you're doing the work, the shlichus of Moshe Rabbeinu, you have the Keach of V'yata Tetzaveh for Kosses Lamoed, that Gili Alakus Negei Le'etzem Yossi, that the pintele yid needs for God to be revealed in the whole world. Or in other words, the pintele yid needs for Mashiach to come. And if Mashiach doesn't come, he's completely shaken and crushed. Kosses Lamoed, like a Jew is someone is trying to tear him away from his religion.